Hey guys, this is Mary Jane, and we are going to upload, I think, around two videos for this part. So, this is like a summarization of some speaking tips for the IELTS. So, I hope you enjoy it. All right, so let's start it. So, for the IELTS speaking tips, actually, a lot of candidates who take the IELTS speaking test find this section the hardest one. So, I think it's because it involves face to face communication, but in fact, IELTS speaking is, I think, the easiest section of the IELTS, especially if you want to improve your score. So the IELTS speaking test usually has like a lot of questions, and you may think, let's say, but how? How easy is it? So interviews are just really spontaneous, and even though you don't have time to think for a good answer, so you still don't need to worry about that one. And it's true that most speaking interviews are really spontaneous, but test takers are worrying too much that they cannot plan their answers in a very limited time. So, but actually, examiners are really used to that, so you don't need to expect that you're going to be an orator. So they even the examiners don't really expect you to give, let's say, very logical and structured answers. But we just really need to remember that you are tested because of the following abilities. So you just really need to be able to speak fluently without hesitation, or you have to be able to use various vocabulary. So just really try to avoid some grammar mistakes and pronounce your words well. So these are some of the things that you will be tested on. And also you can increase your score by following these simple steps. So let's start with the first one. All right, so be fluent and liberated. So that means that you have to be able to speak fluently and spontaneously. Don't worry too much about using, let's say, clever vocabulary. It's more important to be fluent, and you will gain more points by doing this. Also, don't speak too quick and still be very careful of your grammar. So, you should find a healthy balance between speaking too quickly and making long pauses. All right, next one. Practice answering sample questions. Oh, let me make this smaller. All right. So typically, you will be asked about everyday topics such as work, studies, sport, yeah, family, and so on. So try to answer some IELTS speaking questions before you're going to take the test. You will be surprised as to how simple they are, and you just really need to learn appropriate vocabulary and answers that you should be giving all throughout the test. All right, next one. So, number three, ask the question again if you need to. So, for this one, I think you also do not really need to worry because most students will feel shy that they don't want to ask the question again. However, don't be shy. If you want to clarify something, you will not lose points for asking the examiner. Next, you have to be emotional. So, speakers actually speak with emotions. So, nothing separates the experienced speaker from beginners. So, especially when it comes to the tone of speech. So, express your feelings like you would doing your native language, but do not be like go over the place. So sometimes I do that. So usually I talk with my hands doing this, but this is just really normal. So again, express your feelings and be emotional. All right, now we have here our fifth tip, extend your speech. All right, so try to speak at least more than the examiner. And if you're asked about a question, so yeah, using one question, so you have to respond with two or more. And as much as possible, never give the very short, uncommunicative replies. So, for example, do you do any sport? No, I don't like sports. So, don't stop there. You have to expand your answer. I'm not a very active person and I've never liked PE in school, but I like playing intellectual games instead. For example, I find chess very interesting. So, as much as possible, please do try to expand your answers. Thank you.